What's going on, everybody? We're here on another marvelous day, ready to do it the marvelous way. It's your man, Marvelous, Questilla. And I want to get into this Aries Spears voicing his opinion about Ice Cube. Now, I got them both pulled up here on Google. I see that Aries Spears is 50 years old and Ice Cube is 56. He's not that much older than Aries Spears. I thought Aries Spears was younger than that. Now, my brother, I want to be honest with you. You know, there's a difference between voicing your opinion and just being flat out disrespectful. Like, I see you praising the New York pioneers of the 90s, you know, Wu-Tang and Nas. And as you can see, I'm a big Wu-Tang fanatic. You know what I mean? I'm a diehard Wu-Tang fan. I love Nas. I love all the greats from New York, man, of course. But you can't compare the two eras, man. You really just can't. I don't know why you did it. What really happened? You said like you said when that song today was a good day. Like, it was a good day. That song, you hate that song when it comes on. I was a child in the projects when I lived in Shaughnessy Projects. They knocked those projects down in Lowell, Mass. That they're not even there no more. That was one of the songs I heard when I was a kid. Like, I still love that song to this day. So I just think it's mad foul and disrespectful on your behalf. You can voice your opinion, man. Anybody can voice their opinion, but it's how you did it. You completely shitted on this man's entire catalog. Movies, like him as an actor. You don't think that's a little much? I mean, you didn't like the first Friday? Straight Outta Compton, Boys in the Hood, these are classics. All the Friday movies were good. Were some better than others? Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? I thought Next Friday was probably the least funniest one, but it was still good. Was Friday After Next as good as the first one? That's debatable. I don't think so, but in my opinion, I thought the first Friday was the dopest one. That movie brings back child memories. But this man is a hip hop pioneer. And one thing I think you fail to realize is that this hip hop pioneer here, Ice Cube, paved the way for the guys that you look up to. And I think they would agree. So in my opinion, I think you got to show a little bit of respect and pay the man some homage. I mean, I don't understand. It really doesn't, it doesn't transpire with me to how you can shit on this man's entire catalog when this man he's one of the hip hop pioneers that paved the way for the guys that you praise. This man did come out. I hope you know this man did come out before Wu-Tang, before Nas, before the actual greats. You cannot compare the two eras, my brother. You just can't. This was a different time zone where today was a good day. They rapped completely different. Everything eventually evolves, my brother. Everything. The lyricism has evolved in the 90s to what happened now, I don't know. So that energy that you got towards Ice Cube right now, saying that about him, you need to be saying that about these new motherfuckers. Keeping it a buck with you. I don't think this is the target. This is not he's not the target. The target is these new cats really messing up hip hop. I just think you need to do better, my brother. I don't think you really thought about it before you said what you said. If you have a personal vendetta against Ice Cube, that something happened between y'all, that you don't like this man, then that's different. Maybe you try to go for one of his movies and they told you no. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know if that really happened. But yeah, nah, man. You know, Ice Cube is a pioneer, man, in this game, and he paved the way for some of the guys, a lot of the guys that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang is always going to be my favorite group of all time. Nas is probably one of the great, if not the greatest lyricists of all time. You know what I'm saying? You got Mobb Deep, having Prodigy from Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Black Thought. Like you're coming from a real biased place because you're from New York. Or at least I think you're from New York. Hold on, let me see. Let's see here. Aries Spears, boom. It does not say where you are from. Oh, you're from New Jersey. All right, cool. So you're from New Jersey. So that's still the East Coast. That's still damn near close to fucking New York. So you grew up on that. I grew up on that too. I'm from Lowell, Mass. That's right next to Boston. We grew up on that shit. But I don't... to say that you don't even like West Coast music, dude? Like, come on, man. West Coast music is the shit. Especially the 90s era when they had that whole East Coast, West Coast. I just kind of wish it would have been more on wax and not, not took into the streets like how it was. But yeah, I thought it was healthy for hip hop. I think it's always super. Like this thing that's going on right now with UK versus the US. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is dope. That's what hip hop was based off, the competitive nature. People biting each other's heads off. That's what's good. You know what I mean? That's fire. I love the competitive nature of it all. But my man, to sit here and try to take away from this man's entire catalog and what he did for not just for hip hop, but on the big screen, I can't agree with you, Aries Spears. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that you love all the real lyricism and you know hip hop from a real lyrical standpoint, but you just can't compare the two eras, man. It's two different eras, man. They came from a completely different era. Cube came from where hip hop was just figuring out, what it was. You know what I mean? And then, that's the 80s going into the 90s, my brother. Like early 90s and then mid 90s. That's where all the guys started coming. All the greats was coming out, man. I think Nas dropped his first album, was it 1993 or 1992? Man, we got to Google that. Hold on. Then we got Nas. I mean, let me see. Nas, Illmatic. The album in 1992 and 1993. So it was released in 1992. Oh, no, sorry. Nas released on April 19th, 1994, Columbia Records. And he signed with the label. Okay, I got it. But you cannot compare the two eras, my brother. You can't. You know what I mean? You had guys that were rapping very, very different when hip-hop was trying to find itself. Run DMC, like, what's going on across the sea? So now we had dudes like Wu-Tang, Nas, Cannabis. Shit. You can't compare Cannabis. I'm a dragon with the head of a lion. Jaws be like swords grinding, claws rip through walls of cast iron. It's a different era, my brother. You got to do better. You really do. You should know better. Like, why take away from this man's catalog? I can't. I'm not hating on you for voicing your opinion, my brother. You can voice your opinion. But there's a difference between voicing your opinion and just being flat out disrespectful. And that what you did, my brother, I hate to say it, it was disrespectful. And I just wanted to come on here and, let you know how I wanted to voice my opinion about your opinion. So I'm going to leave it at that, my brother. Yo, please, people, if I'm wrong or if you guys think I'm right, please comment below. Let's talk about this, man. This can't be just brushed under the rug. Aries Spears, you got to do better. I think you're a great comedian. I think you're fucking funny as shit. But yeah, my brother, we got to do better than this. We definitely got to do better than this. All right, everybody, have a marvelous day. Peace.